Welcome back to the Delaware Way. I'm Larry Menti. Delaware has a proud sports history, and it's being memorialized at the Sports Museum of Delaware. Here to talk about that is Scott Selheimer, who is the executive director at the Sports Museum of Delaware. Thank you so much for being in.
Thanks for having me.
Reel off some of the names. What are some of the names that are part of the Delaware sports life?
Yeah, we got a great history in Delaware sports. Randy White, the Pro Football Hall of Famer, former Dallas Cowboy. We have Rich Gannon, who was a star at Delaware many years in the NFL and MVP. Dallas Green, who all knows, leading the Phillies to the 1980 World Series. Kevin Mench, who's a local St. Mark's product who played in the major leagues for about 8 years. Judy Johnson, who Delaware's first Hall of Famer, was a Negro League star. So we got a great group of people in all kinds of different sports.
And a couple of people that are playing now. I threw out some names to you, and you said, "Oh, no, it's too early. They have to be inducted."
Yeah, what we do is after 3 years after they've finished their careers, per se, they're eligible. So the Joe Flaccos and the Elena Deladons and the people like that, I'm sure will somewhere down the road be in there.
And those two would almost rise to the top.
I've got to think, yeah. I mean, they've just meant so much to the state.
So let's get through some of the particulars. Like, where do you go to the Delaware Sports Museum, and what do you see?
We are located at Frawley Stadium. We're down the first base. If you drive in the first base sideline, we have a 5,000 square foot museum. We have interactive things, videos, photos, artifacts, things like that. We're open as part of the Blue Rock season. So when they open up in April, we'll be open, and then every time they're home, we'll be open. About 3 hours before the game, fans can come in. And then we're open through the end of the season, and then kind of take a little bit of time off in the winter. But we're always open for tours, group tours, if school groups, things like that, by appointment. So there's a lot of access to it.
The people that keep you alive, let's say, the people that invest and the people that want this to happen, what is their motivation? Just a pride in Delaware?
Yeah, I think it's pride in Delaware. And, you know, our hall is a unique thing in that we have several sports Hall of Fames within the state. There's a basketball Hall of Fame, there's a wrestling, but we're the only ones that have a physical site that can kind of encompass all that. So it's a place to visit, but they also, a key thing is they get to vote for who's inducted every year. So our system is people can nominate. We get a committee together that has the finalists, and then we send that to our membership, who then vote, and they're the ones who vote for the induction of our.
Can anybody become a member?
Anybody can.
How do you do that?
You can go on our website. There's a membership link. Just go on there, and you can become all different type of levels. We have a basic membership that's only $40, all the way up to $1,500, where we give you access to the Hall of Fame if your business wants to come and have a reception. We've had people inquire about a night before wedding reception because they're sports fans. So we're kind of working on something like that. So it's a great space. If you're a sports fan and your business wants to come in and just have a party, we can provide that to you for a membership. But we have different levels, can get you different things.
And it's all tax deductible.
Yes, it is. We're a 501c, tax deductible, and yeah. So we're always looking for members to add to our membership level, and you know, we're big on trying to add more visitations, more groups coming in, more people coming in on their own, and we think that'll happen.
How many people are in it right now? How many people have been inducted?
We have a little bit over 350.
Wow.
Yeah. So since 1976 is when the first inductees were put in, and every year we average anywhere from about 8 to 10 inductees. We try to diversify as much as we can in terms of we have a veterans category and we have a contemporary category, but we have sports ranging from, you know, we have the football, the basketball, the baseball. We also have karate, bowling, sports officials, there's a race walker, kayakers, you name it. So it's really nice that we kind of encompass everything in the state of Delaware. You don't have to be the football star to get into our Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I think people gravitate immediately to the top professional sports, and yet that eliminates Olympians and college stars and people that reached a pretty high level that may not get the press that, say, a Joe Flacco would get. And that, I would imagine, would be most of the 350.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're not forgotten. I mean, as long as someone, you know, wants to nominate someone, and they have a great background. They brought, you know, we say anyone who's brought pride and distinction to the state of Delaware, no matter what the sport, You know, they're a great candidate.
When does the voting start?
The voting, actually, we're in our process right now. We just formed our finalists from our group of people. Throughout the year can always nominate, and then we even have public nomination forums where people can come. That was in November. And then our committee gets together its finalists, and actually, as we speak, the ballot will be going out this week to our members.
How many people are on the finalist list?
The finalists, we have 10 contemporary and 8 veteran.
Anybody that everybody would know if you threw out a couple names?
You know, we have some. We don't, since it's not out yet. We haven't really done that, but we have some. We have. I can tell you in our contemporary that we have a former Major League Baseball player, an NBA player, 2 former NFL players. We have a NASCAR driver, and we have a lot of horse racing, things like that. Racquetball.
A big induction ceremony too?
Yeah, we will have our induction ceremony is May 9th at the Chase Center. So once we get we will know who our inductees are in early March, and then we'll start the promotion of getting people out there to help us honor these great athletes.
Wonderful. Come back. Come back before
I'd love
the
to come
induction
back.
so we can talk about it. Scott Selheimer is the executive director at the Sports Museum of Delaware. The Delaware Way continues right after this.